So I don't know if I have ever shared this on YouTube, but I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. A lot of people will shit on it. I understand that. A lot of people call it boring. Oh, I mean, once if you've played the game, you realize it's not boring. There's a lot of nuance there. Same with football. A lot of mostly feminine people will be like, "Oh, football is just guys fucking running into each other," and like, well, it's the same as war. That's how war works. Well, if you think football and war are the same, you're retarded. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't even know how to talk to people like that because it's just like nothing you say is going to change their mind, and they're just going to insult you, thinking they won the argument. Like most people don't actually go to college and learn how debate works, and the moment you cuss at somebody or insult them, you lost the debate. Nobody realizes that. They think they won. Oh yeah, you're a piece of shit. Anyway. Back to my love of baseball. Let's not go on the negative. I live on the East Coast now, and I love it out here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I live in the Appalachia Mountains. I used to live in the Sacramento Valley. Uh, yeah, the altitude is a little different. Things taste a little different. The water tastes like everything tastes different, but that's just because of the altitude and stuff, and I'm getting used to it. But yeah, all they talk about here is like the greatest rivalry in baseball, the Red Sox versus the Yankees, and it's like that's first of all, that's not the greatest rivalry in baseball. It's the youngest rivalry because the American League is pretty much new, and the Yankees and Red Sox are both in the American League. As far as the history of baseball is concerned, like, yeah, it's not the greatest rivalry. The greatest rivalry started in the city of New York, but it didn't involve the Yankees, and it didn't involve Boston, because the greatest rivalry was the Brooklyn Dodgers versus the Manhattan Giants. Now you might be like, oh no, they were the New York Giants. Yeah, but they played at the Polo Grounds, which were in northern Manhattan or North Manhattan. And the clue is in the name Polo, Polo, grounds. Polo isn't exactly a poor person sport, so of course the Giants played in Manhattan. So you had the bums in Brooklyn versus the Manhattan Giants for almost what 110 years now. That rivalry's been going on, and it started just in the boroughs of New York. And then when the Giants were the first team to move across the country to give the West Coast a baseball team, the Dodgers were like, "Nah, fuck that. They ain't ditching us." And the Dodgers moved to LA just to maintain their rivalry with the Giants. That is the greatest rivalry in baseball. It's the longest, it's the best, especially since they're in the same league. While the Giants have the most wins in Major League Baseball history, the Dodgers have more World Series championships. We just go back and forth. We feed off each other. So I'm tired of hearing about how the Red Sox and the Yankees are the greatest rivalry in baseball because it's not. It's nowhere close. As a Giants fan, uh, as a Giants fan, I could tell you this: I can shake a Dodgers fan's hand at the end of the season and be like, "Hey, it was a great season, whether we won or lost." Because usually we're going to run into each other in the playoffs, no matter what. But one of the smartest things I ever heard anybody say was like there's two types of baseball fans. There are Yankees fans and everybody else. That doesn't go to a great rivalry with the Yankees. If everybody hates the Yankees, they don't have a great rivalry. But people can watch a Giants Dodgers game, talk about the history of the Giants Dodgers, and at the end of the game, still sit there and go, man, great game. All right. Black and orange walks one way, blue and white walks the other. Most of the time, unless you're around ghetto ass kids. But when you're around ghetto ass kids are going to do ghetto ass kid things. That happens everywhere in America. You can't really avoid that. But decent people treat the game the way it's supposed to be treated, as a decent sport. So, yeah, Yankees versus Red Sox is not the greatest rivalry in baseball. I don't care what you say. Period.